Hello, my name is Rakesh Prabhat, and this is my informative speech for my course. And tonight we're going to be talking about traveling to Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, and the reason why we're going to travel to Bangkok, Thailand. Now, is it for the food? Is it for the weather? Perhaps it's because most about the tourism trade about going to Bangkok, Thailand is about Buddhists and people trying to seek self-enlightenment to go to these places in Southeast Asia, such as China, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Laos, and Vietnam. All these areas have several things in common that they're in the same region, but one main reason they're together is because the major impact of Buddhism. Okay, Buddhism is based on the teachings of the Lord Buddha in the 13th century. Okay, during that time period, Buddha has made a huge impact in that whole region, southeastern region of the Pacific. Okay, and the reason I'm talking to you tonight about Thailand, specifically Bangkok, Thailand, is because it houses one of the most important statues to date for the Buddhist religion, known as the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. And the Emerald Buddha was found in the early part of the 14th century. In the 14th century, it was just a regular temple. But it so happens one night, lightning struck through the temple, hitting the ground, and the ground shattered, leaving a block of jade, basically. This block of jade had a picture or a image of Buddha on it. And because of that, the Buddhists at that time picked up that jade and meticulously carved out the rest of Buddha's image on that block of jade. And that block of jade was housed in that same temple. Lightning struck that ground many years ago, and it's still there to today, basically for about 200 years, 300 years now. Okay, so basically, based on that impact, millions of people will visit the Grand Palace in Thailand. And the Grand Palace at the time was basically the Thai king's main court of governmental rule in the late 18th century. Between the late 18th century till the early part of the 19th century. Okay, for 150 years, he basically held court there. Okay, and in that court, in that palace, in that Grand Palace, housed the inner, middle, and outer courts. And within that structure also housed the Temple of the Emerald Buddha and the Temple of the Golden Buddha. The Golden Buddha is also housed there as well. But the Golden Buddha and the Emerald Buddha both represent the most highest statues and architecture of the Buddhist religion, basically. And many people, and I do mean many people, do go there to see the lifestyle of the Buddhist monks. And these Buddhist monks have a very simplistic way of living. They eat one meal a day. They basically spend no money. They have no concept of money. And they sleep in a simple bed. For that reason, they have their way of living life means of thoughtful self-understanding, known as Buddhist meditation. This Buddhist meditation has a way of producing self-reflection. And this self-reflection is what's important to the Buddhist religion and how they engage in their introspective way of living. And this way of living appeals to most of the people in the modern world because they live in we all do live in a complex and chaotic modern world with technology and computers and laptops and spacecraft and internet. And Buddhist monks They don't need these things. They just need a simple bed, some simple food to eat, and a place to have inner peace. And that's why millions of people do visit the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, because there is a way of understanding these concepts. And that's very important to many visitors who do go there. And that concludes my speech of Buddhist tourism in Thailand. And have a good night.